The after show for Bull, where we are reviewing season 1, episode 20, Make Me. Now stay here, because I'm going to make you.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
All right.
You remember?
So Chae had the great responsibility of picking our music for Bull tonight, and I'm actually really loving it.
I love this version.
Let's get into it. Now, who is this, Chae?
This is Diane Keaton, Bette Midler, and Goldie Hawn in the First Wives Club. And this is my favorite.
There we go. Welcome, everybody, to the after show for Bull, where we are reviewing, like I said, season 1, episode 20 of Make Me, and Chae's making me listen to this, and I'm okay with it.
Tell me what to do.
I love it. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. Remember to like us on iTunes and rate us, give us a 5-star, and remember to chat with us in the chat tonight if you guys have it open and going. And hi there. How are you? Who are you, my lovely lady?
Oh, I have to be Chae Jones. Guys, you can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. But Nadine's over there though today.
I am. Yes, we have switched places. Our lovely Kevin is not here tonight with us. You know, he's off, I don't know, probably dancing in this music video with his friends,
hip swinging,
with Goldie Hawn and Bette Midler. Who knows where he is? But you guys can find me everywhere at Nadine at DP and the number 3. And thank you guys for joining. All right, this episode, Chae.
It's awesome.
Yeah, can we start off by saying I need to give you props because we were not even like 30 minutes into this episode and Chae figured out exactly what happened.
Which never happens.
Like every aspect of it.
It doesn't happen.
You figured out who did it, how they did it, why they did it, the whole shebang. Let me just give you a little bit of props right now, okay? So that is.
I'm actually really proud of myself. Seriously, I was just like, okay, so for some reason, why would she take his phone? I was just suspect. Like legit, I actually wrote, Rachel is suspect.
Rachel is suspect.
She is suspect. Like, and the way she touched Danny's arm and the way Thornton, like it was just like them trying to figure out who's more suspectable.
Yeah. All together, all that added up. Now, so you never do that? You never able to really figure it out with shows?
I think for most shows, I really just don't want to.
You don't want to. You don't.
Like,
that's interesting.
I don't really think about it. Like, I actually like taking the journey.
Okay.
It's like the same thing with like magicians. Like it's not real. For some, like it's a con. Like now you see me, but I actually like the magic of it.
You like the magic.
I had some fun, like just going along with the journey. But this one, it was actually I had fun, even though figuring out I was right. It was so funny though.
Oh, it was wonderful. See, for me, I am the type of person who I need to know. I need to figure. You've seen me these past 19 other episodes where I'm just like, wait, what is it? No, maybe this. I'm trying to connect the dots. And even with magicians, I'm like, okay, I see that, but how did he do that? And I'm trying to figure it out. I need to just enjoy the journey, I think, as well with you, Chae. Teach me your ways.
No, this kid, he's a Disney Channel star, so he's really into closed card magic. So he did this thing where he drew an X on his arm, right? And my fist was closed. And then he wiped it off. Yeah. And then he told me to open my wrist. And it was freaking the same exact match. Yeah, I was like, how? I
can't even get into a magician discussion because it is a black hole that I have done this. I've spiraled down multiple times. We don't need to do this here on Bull. Let's talk a little bit about Bull because that's it's too much, Chae. Don't worry. All right, let's just start getting into kind of what we're talking about. So there was this kid, young 25-year-old. This whole storyline just. I can't, 25, so young. He's like our age. Yeah. And he is accused of killing his father. Not accused, there's a whole videotape of him whacking his father in the head with a golf club. Brutal. Yeah, it's crazy. And this is an episode where it's not like, oh, well, did he or didn't he do it? We see right in the beginning the physical proof of the videotape that he did it.
It was just like, I was actually surprised how bloody, just like it went straight. Like that whack was not for the faint of heart.
No, yeah, that was a cold-blooded whack. Like you wanted death from that, like that. You wanted to whack your mic just like that.
He took a golf swing, just like he was actually golfing like on the 9. I don't like.
Yeah, no, he was intending to kill, and so that was the crazy thing because his victim was his own father, and they had this wonderful bonding moment before he hit, and that's what just made it so weird. But what we find out and what I heard in that opening scene, I heard the phone vibrate. This was the only thing that I got right before Chae figured it out. I was like, oh, that phone vibrating. We heard that sound.
That is true. I didn't even think about it.
There was something with this music that played and that vibration that has to tie into something. And we find out later, obviously we'll talk about later, that was his trigger because he was hypnotized. But yeah, he was 25 years old, a good kid, went to NYU. And he just doesn't remember what happened. He's like blocked it out. He doesn't believe that that he killed his father, even though he sees the evidence. He's like, wait, what? What do you mean? How did I do that? And so we get into this whole question, this entire episode of hypnosis, and is hypnosis a thing?
Yes.
And yeah, so this is my kind of, let's start just talking about hypnosis for a second. We were just kind of talking about magicians and how that whole mental state change, your mental state gets changed just watching magic. But what about if that's turned on to you? Do you believe in that?
I believe hypnosis is real. I've seen it. Like, it's so funny. I did this audience thing, and the MC decided to hypnotize some people.
Hypnotize some
people. And one girl was like just really suspectable to it. And I was like, I'm kind of laughing because I'm just like, girl.
Like how is that? How is that? You don't believe it? Yeah. Like
I was like, you see it, you believe it, but it's just like
you can't relate to it. That is something that you would ever get into.
Only because like as imaginative and creative as I am, I don't believe I'm susceptible to hypnosis unless I actually want to be hypnotized. If I don't want it, there's no possible way anybody's doing it.
Well, has someone tried it on you? Have you ever has someone attempted to hypnotize you? See, that's also the question is.
I think I was involved in it for like 2 seconds and I just kept laughing because I'm like, dude, you kind of, like, this is stupid.
See, yeah, so I think, we want to, I don't know, we can get a whole deep discussion here about what we want to in our inner selves and, what we kind of crave to learn about ourselves and stuff. But yeah, I think you have to be put through, and I haven't been either. That's why I'm like, I feel like I'm the type of person who like, I feel so strong that I couldn't because I'd be so anti it, but who knows? Maybe, I'm with you. I'm like, maybe, nah, I can't do that.
I looked at some swirls before just to see like how my mind wanders or anything, like, and just listen to somebody's voice. I'm just like I'm kind of into it, but then my mind drifts either way. So I'm just like, I'm not hearing it anymore. Yeah. So I'm just like,
well, yeah, I don't know. Well, I think we both need to try and see, if it actually works on us. But for Troy, it did work on him. Completely worked on him.
More susceptible, definitely to the suggestion of hypnosis than. Because like he said, like you can repeat something 11 times. Yeah. It registers. Repetition is the easiest parlor trick of hypnosis in a way. Yeah. Like that's why there's so many commercials. They want you to go buy the Toyota. They want you to buy a burger from Courtroom because a sexy hot girl is just killing the game. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you want that burger. And that's why I loved the scene that they did, speaking of, the repetition, when they were saying, use the word, Bull was telling the lawyer who replaced Benny, because Benny isn't, in the right state in Bull's mind. And we'll talk about this later, but I knew that they had to bring that up this episode. I said that last episode. They need to discuss what's going on with Benny, because there's only, 3 more episodes left. So something needs to get resolved with that. So I'm very happy at the ending of this episode. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so Benny is not the lawyer for this case for good reason on Bull's part. But Bull tells the new guy to say the word red 11 times. And I was like, well, what are they going to get? What tomorrow? Because he's like, tomorrow you'll see. And I was like, well, what are they going to show blood? Are they going to do something? Like, how does that help their side? And then every single person wore
except
red.
For a couple. Except for like a couple people I noticed. They didn't. I thought it was funny the judge did it, though.
The judge did it,
The prosecutors didn't.
You know why I think that is? I think because the judge is actually trying to he's unbiased. He's trying to take both sides. So he's really taking in all the information, just like the jurors are. Okay. But the prosecution, I think, this is just my theory, because I was wondering that too, because they were in blue. They were like wearing more shades of like blue and grays and darker colors. So you could tell that they weren't wearing red. But I think because they're so blocked off to anything that's happening, it's kind of like they have stopped the hypnosis. And what we've been talking about, can we actually stop it? Because they didn't want to, to really soak in the information. They took it in.
It didn't penetrate the goal for them.
It didn't register in their head because they weren't allowing any of that information. They're just on the defense the whole time. I don't know what this is for defense, but that's how people do defense, I guess. I don't know. But no, that was a really cool scene though. I thought that was awesome. It was a cool way to prove tangibly Bull's point in his whole, everything that he does and how it works, how he can actually change the minds of jurors. And that was a really tangible way to see it.
Was Troy wearing red? I'm actually curious.
Troy?
I don't think he was, but like that, because like since he is suspectable, that actually would have been a nice little play on.
But I think he's susceptible to like his own hypnosis that happened to him, and so he was trained for a specific thing. So
True.
I don't know if, I don't know, maybe he was wearing red, who knows. But they did have the whole red party at the end of the episode.
I know, everything was just
red wine was
red
playing.
martinis.
Looked like a really fun party. I love their parties.
Yes, I want to go to that party.
When they win a case, they do it up right. Yeah, they do it great. Even the screens are all red, and it's just it's beautiful. So we have Bull. He decides to go and meet with Troy at where Troy's being held because obviously he killed his father, and he does this coin test. And basically, the coin test, he spins the coin, and it's basically to see how easily someone can transition into a relaxed state. So the whole hypnosis was the beginning of the whole hypnosis theory. And then after that, and he realizes, this kid was hypnotized, or there's something. We can claim mental, insanity. It was a really interesting trick that he did.
It was funny when you were saying that, because the music was tied into it too. It was just kind of reminded me of Josie and the Pussycats. The whole how the subliminal messages were led in the music, and everyone's like, "I'm really craving a Big Mac, but you're a vegetarian, but I really want one."
Yeah,
because whatever.
Because it's all about the subconscious and stuff, and but we find out that the way that Bull knows about this whole case and stuff is because we find out later in the episode Bull has a tie to the psychiatrist that's there who's running the case. He used to see her. We thought, or I thought at least, I don't know about you, that they used to date. It was another love interest. It was on my whole theory that Bull and all these women. But this was a woman that was actually helping him, was his therapist, and he brings Benny there. Let's just talk about Benny for a second.
Driving that motorcycle, that's
so Benny shows up, but he also did he get a haircut? Can we say
if you get a motorcycle convertible, you're going through a midlife crisis.
I don't know I think for him it's not a midlife crisis. Bull just automatically assumes that. I think it's just him needing to block off everything else. It's just a cover-up, which I guess is a crisis. So yeah, you're right. But he got a haircut, didn't he? Because he looked really fly when he took that helmet off. And
Benny's getting a little sharper.
He looks good. Benny, he looked good. Good job. Yeah, but yeah, he shows up on this awesome motorcycle, and Bull's like, oh gosh, here's another strike. There's what's going on, man. So he wants Benny to meet Dr. Levin because Amy. Because he wants help for Benny, which we find out later on and whatnot.
I just found it interesting how Benny was talking to her, and he was like, I just got a relationship. I'm like, dang, what happened between you and Aaron? I love certain plots in TV. I'm like, why can't you just keep couples together for at least a little bit amount of time so I can get used to them? And then give me an explanation later.
Well, maybe next season.
From episode to episode.
Well, we see in the previews that there's another woman that's going to be involved with the team.
She's a fixer.
So maybe she's going to fix Bull. Maybe she is the woman we've been waiting for, that we've been searching for all these past 20 episodes. Maybe it's going to live with her. Who knows?
I still want Danny. I like my Texas.
Yeah, all right. Maybe. Keep holding on.
I want her to come through and do some Texas whoop ass on Eliza, man.
You can keep holding on to that. I won't hold my breath, but to each his own. To each his own. But what we get is, so now that we find out what's going on, what's happening, Bull decides to take this case because he believes that they can win it, and so we see them kind of break off into groups like they do. But this time around, we had Cable and Benny go on their little mission, and we had Danny and Chunk go on a mission. So Cable and Benny, they go and they try to get more footage from the golf course, not the golf course, the driving range. And the guy's not willing to do it. So Cable and Benny do a whole sneaky plan, and she jumps over and she really hacks the computer to get the security footage, which I thought was great because we haven't really seen the two of them go out together on a mission, I guess.
I agree. I actually like the whole the repartee they had.
Yeah. But did you think it was because Benny was doing it because he kind of got demoted in a sense too?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's not that they're repartee or just, I think their friendship, it's growing as well.
Well,
because,
course.
Before, it was just I've never really talked to Benny. We never had we were coworkers and we hang out all the time, but we never really talked. So I think this was also a nice chance for them to show a bonding moment. Yeah. And they continue to have a little bonding moment.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, they're all family and stuff. It's just, I think Benny has to, not that these are bad projects or missions to go on.
Just not exciting enough for him.
But it's not what Benny normally does. He's a lawyer, so he should be in preparing for the case. But, he got by Bull. That's my demoted sound, I guess. I don't know. So our other crew is Danny and Chunk, and they go to this place called the Loom Lumansic
right,
Academy.
Yeah.
Woo, that was a tongue twister.
Say it 5,000
and this academy just freaks me out just to begin with. This is where the whole hypnosis is where Troy has been going the past few months, and this is where all the brainwashing has occurred. So you even look at it and it reminds me of just, whoo, you got it. There's something like it looks so enticing and so inviting that it shouldn't be. Like, why does that look so good? I should not go there.
I think me and you're like Danny in the situation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think me going in there. I mean, I would agree. Okay, dude's a nice showman. He has charisma, but I'd be really skeptic at the same time. Like, the place looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Looks like a little cocoon, cult cocoon.
Cult cocoon. Okay, there you
It
go.
was like
nice play on words.
you know, it was just, you know, yellow, like a beehive almost, just like enclosure.
Yeah, it was
trying
beautiful.
to be very calming, and I understand like the whole sense of the background and what it's supposed to represent, but I'm just like, I feel bullshit coming out of you. That makes sense. Like,
we are the Dannies.
That's all I'm get. Like,
we are the Dannies, and Chunk was obviously the opposite.
He was drinking that Kool-Aid.
He did, and the thing is too. I mean, why wouldn't you be skeptical if you're going in there on a mission on purpose because your work's sending you because someone was hypnotized supposedly there. Anyway, so we meet Rachel and Thornton, their father-daughter duo who run the whole place, and they just, you know, they seem like the typical people that would be running this.
Trying
to touch you and get very, you know, like, hi, like, let me reach into your soul and and then the eyes start going, you know. That's what I like imagine when she was grabbing Danny, and I just see Danny's eyes, ooh, like in the Jungle Book when you look into the snake's eyes.
No, legit, when you said that, I was just like,
right?
I like to say I'm very, you know, happy, outgoing. I like, you know, physical contact. But if I was Danny and I'm stepping there, I would have just looked at your arm and been like.
But would you have? Because they're but like I looked at it and I was like, oh, maybe like they calm you down, you know.
I mean, that'd be my first reaction, but I would have to like really do a whole quick change and be like, oh yeah, I'm really interested.
Maybe that's why Danny didn't, you know, get invited back like Chunk did.
Because Chunk was like all up in like just like from the like. I love his outfit, the butterflies. Because because you're in a place where it's about finding yourself. So the butterflies, you know, represent transformation, new beginnings, and just like I love the accent pieces of his wardrobe.
Oh yeah, Chunk always kills the game. We can never deny that. Chunk always kills the game. And yeah, so Chunk goes there. Chunk does great, obviously, because I think Chunk is just the type of person, like Bull said. Chunk's a more open and willing and, you know, person who kind of wants to find his soul more, where Danny's just like, nah, come on. No, I'm skeptical. so, you know, Chunk gets really in with Thornton, and Thornton kind of starts to, it seems like really takes him under a mentorship for the few times we see, and like really, and it was interesting. We're thinking maybe this is the same way that he did with Troy or whatnot. And we see, on the other hand, we see Troy just starting to draw all these trident symbols and just draw and draw and draw. And like clearly that shows that there's some type of altered mental state happening. He doesn't know why he's drawing these things. So Cable is put on the awesome task of trying to figure this out. And I love these little tasks that Cable, you know, is having to do, because she obviously, you know, has like, oh, is this for the Trident gum, or, you know, is it Trident Little Mermaid, or it was... She was just cracking me up.
We should dress up like Ariel.
Oh, yeah, with her and Danny. Yeah, that was, you know, that's totally like me and my roommate, because my roommate is a huge Disney fanatic, and she always wants to sing the musicals and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, later. I love it.
I love Disney.
I'm like, yeah, later. So I was the Danny in that situation, for sure. But yeah, I love their little friendship the two of them have. But yeah, so Bull says to Chunk, which was probably the greatest line of this entire episode, when he realizes that Chunk got an invite back after orientation, basically, or not after, to go to orientation after the first night. He goes, "Congrats, you're joining a cult. Please don't kill us." And
I know, I wrote that down too, because it was like my favorite line.
Yeah.
Because I laughed so hard as soon as he said, like, after you finish, you're joining a cult.
Yeah.
It was just like so dryly like,
that's
said.
It. Yeah.
That's what made it so funny.
Yeah. Welcome to TAC, where we have you do everything under the sun, even join cults. And yeah. So, and obviously, I am not Michael Weatherly. I'm not really good at delivering lines, so I apologize. But we all watched it. We all know how it sounded.
Awesome.
And that was the best line from the episode. Let's just throw that down and say that. So Bull, we see Bull now. Bull's back and visiting Troy again. And he's trying to kind of get more info from Troy and is like, hey, like, I want you to testify. And Troy's just like, I don't know what the heck happened. Like, how could I have done this to my father? Like, I love this man. And then he says something important. He's like, I wasn't even supposed to go see him that night. I was supposed to go and see Thornton. And ding, 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 ding. I think this is when
That's what I like.
Chae was like, oh no, I got this.
And then we had to pause because I could like explain it because just like as soon as he said it, I was just like, yep. Because like it was like leading into like he told Chunk that, you know, Rachel wanting to expand to Bronx and she's really over his security. So I'm just like,
oh yeah.
Yep.
You said, because we were watching this and she was just like, oh, I know what happened. And I was like, so how? So I just hit pause and I was like, girl, tell me what's going on. And yeah, and you were so right. It was,
I like seriously, I never that quickly on my like predictions. So, cause like I seriously like even with the guy from the plane, his like it was the uncle.
Oh yeah.
Like I didn't get. I mean, it makes sense, like, when you think about, like, leading up to, like, all the clues they kind of left for you. So, maybe that's the suggestion for me. Like, little clues, like, they're leaving like that.
You were hypnotized a little bit to know, see?
Maybe.
So you can be hypnotized. We have our
So pay
answer.
attention better, apparently. I can be hypnotized with paying attention better.
Yeah, so, and then we're in court. And we've talked about the whole red thing, but one of the funniest parts that we didn't mention about the whole saying red a bunch of times was the ways that the lawyer decided to say it. And I wrote down a few things.
D.
Yeah, he goes, I'm red D. He goes, have you read this? He's like, how, like the red hot chili peppers, and you just see
red in the face.
Red in the face.
No, that was the most weirdest one. Though I think I'm red in the face. For me, it was just like You could just say I'm angry, like that's what you're like that's a really specific thing to say. I am red in the face.
Well, he did good because I mean, if Bull gave you that task just like that, you have no time to prepare. How are you gonna do that? 11 times you have to do it. Like, guy did pretty well. Like, we can make fun of him and laugh. Like,
because I was impressed. Like how many times he actually threw that in there.
Right. Okay, good. Because I was really impressed too. Because at first I was like, man, this guy's corny. Like, I know.
He is corny, but the fact that he actually did it was impressive.
He's brilliant. That's what I switched my whole thinking process from corny to brilliant, and I have red socks on, so I don't know what happened during this whole period.
I think it's awesome. Like, it was so funny. I think like he had a crush on Marissa during that scene. So just like, yeah, you know,
he was just trying to show off.
I won my first case.
Oh, at the end, you mean at the party?
Yeah, at the party between him and Marissa, a little scene before. He couldn't believe how much she read worked, and then she's like, nice socks.
Yeah, right? She's like, see, it does work. But that also kind of gave me hope that Marissa would kind of have, I don't know, why are we so just romantic, you and I, on this side? Like, if Kevin was here,
because Kevin's that voice of reason, and we don't have to be, so I think that's how it works.
We're just talking about
the
love.
one person gets to be the one person in the panel gets to be the voice of reason. The other 3 or 2 get to enjoy themselves and have our little moments of romanticizing.
Yeah, well, I am the voice of romance on this panel, and so Chae is even worse than me. So yeah,
Chae loves her romance. Like, I love the drama, but I love I love the family moments, the romance moments. That all gives me life.
Yeah, that's why we try to make up all these scenarios for all our characters, even though it may be just so false and out of nowhere.
It's what we want. It's what we want.
Yeah, but someone who was not experiencing any type of love was Chunk. When Chunk goes back to orientation,
well, it was fake love. We'll say that.
Let's talk about this for a second. So he goes there, and Thornton is there. And Thornton pulls him to the side and was like, hey, like, do you have anywhere to go? I have a surprise for you. And I was like, oh no, you're going into some secret door. And then we see this, like, I'm just having like red flags everywhere.
I thought it was like a cryo, like the frozen one, cryotherapy for some reason.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was a floating pod, like, I was just like,
a floating pod.
Why? First of all, why do you have a floating pod? Second of all, I would not get in that water because I can't trust what was in that water before me.
Okay, so you're a germaphobe.
I am not, but like my mind would be just like
germaphobe. Yeah,
I am not. I'm not a real germaphobe, but I'm just like, no.
It's okay. No, yeah, I get that. But I mean, no, I get why they have it there. If you're a place that is revolves around therapy in all different sense, with mind, body, spirit, all that stuff, yeah, you'll have a flotation, therapy device.
Virtual reality works real well. Relaxation
all that
too.
Stuff. Yeah, I guess VR. Maybe VR wasn't big there. They don't want electronics. I don't know. But the interesting part to all of that for me was how Chunk just felt that he was so safe there, and Bull was trying to warn him before going there, and he was like, no, Bull, I'm fine. I can handle myself. But yet Chunk gets into his swim trunks and his swim outfit before even seeing what it was that was going to be presented to him that he was going to have to go into, which I thought was interesting. Like, he already showed into that room with a robe on and stuff without being like, wait, why? What am I going into?
I think
right now?
the awesomest thing about Chunk is that he's also trusting once he believes something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
He trusts in his judgment. Mm-hmm. Because even though he's really open, he believes he could tell good or bad. Mm-hmm. Even though in this case he was hella wrong. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, no.
I think that's the best part about Chunk. He does believe, when he really believes in something, he really tries to stick up for that person.
Yeah, and he does. Yeah, he has a good core, and I think, but that's and he's vulnerable.
Yeah, but that's the double-sided coin.
And that is what has caused him to kind of get in the situation, because he's going in there, he's trying to infiltrate this place, he's going undercover, but he let all that go and didn't put his guard up enough, and where Thornton was able to call him out and be like, hey, like, I figured out who the heck you are, and so now I'm gonna, oh gosh, that's like my worst fear. I have
that's
like
claustrophobia.
I have slight claustrophobia, and I saw that and I was like, oh no, like, no, I won't even go in a tanning booth because I've never been in my whole life.
You won't go in a tanning booth?
I saw Final Destination
3. I knew you were going to say it.
When I was like 13, 14, and never once have I been in a tanning booth. Never have I gotten tan, never gotten spray tan, none of the above.
I've been in a spray tanning at a Go's gym. It was actually kind of just
spray
fun.
Tanning. Yeah, I guess spray tanning is different. Cause
not spray tanning. Like, I was actually in the bed. Like, I spent like 10 minutes, 20. First of all, I have a nice color.
Well,
I don't really need much of a time in the tanning bed. And yes, glow. I am, because like that thing still freaks me out. That's why I'm just like, first, legit. I think it's funny if they just didn't panic, they could have got out of it. All they had to do is one person had to push enough.
Doesn't
where
matter.
the wood would have fell down. Like,
doesn't
all
matter.
you had to do.
It can happen every time now for me. So when I see that, or I just feel this, I'm gonna melt to death. So when I saw Chunk in there, I was like, oh gosh. But he's a man. He's like, nah, I'm not worried about it. Until he started getting locked in there, and then for a second, I thought this was all in his head when when Trenton. When Thornton, I'm thinking of the Trident, and then
you put it together. I mean, it works.
Trenton. So when Trenton and his when he was talking to him and then it got all red, the colors and stuff, I was confused. I thought it was Chunk's own inner head and just what he was thinking, and not anything that was actually happening. I thought they were going to cut back to like a reality of it, that like, oh, this isn't real right now. I didn't actually believe that Thornton was actually doing that to him.
I believed it.
You did? You thought? Okay.
Oh, because if the daughter's crazy, daddy must be crazy because she learned it from him. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, you figured this out way before I did. I was still on the choo-choo train trying to come along with you. You had already been there, done that, gotten your hot dog, got off the train, all that factors.
No, because like at that point, like Thornton's supposed to be this very spiritually way of, helping, very calming sense.
Yeah.
But anytime somebody in a cult says, I need you to come with me, you need to question some things.
Well, that's the thing, is that, like, is it a cult? And, like,
yes.
Chunk didn't believe in it, and that's why Chunk went,
because he was,
Chunk
like,
was
we
soaking.
already said, he drank the Kool-Aid.
He drank that Kool-Aid.
Sinker. Like, it was just, like, he was up from that, like, first meeting, he made up his mind on what was going to happen and how he was going to progress as a person. So he didn't want to hear Danny saying, don't tell me drink the Kool-Aid. He doesn't want to hear Bull, you're joining a cult, don't kill us.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't want to hear it.
No, yeah. Did you think that Thornton was actually going to harm him? Or did you think it was just going to be scary? Because I thought he was going to harm him.
He was more to make a point. Like, I think Thornton's very of a person who doesn't have to physically harm you. He'll make his point psychologically or with words.
So you didn't think at all that Chunk was going to get harmed? Because I thought Chunk was going under and we were going to have to rest.
I think physically, Chunk would beat his butt. Cause like,
but
dude,
beat someone's butt when you're locked into a device. He could do something in there. I don't know, electrocute him or something.
Okay, that's true. But like, there's like a line. Okay, but I don't think.
But you didn't think it.
I don't really think his whole thing is like electroshock therapy type thing. Gotcha. I really think, especially if you have hypnosis, you kind of don't really need electroshock therapy either way. Especially if you can find the best, like, 'cause some people are seriously the best candidates for it.
Well, no, yeah, I'm not saying that. I was saying just actually physically harm him. Like, was Thornton going to actually hurt him in there? Like, electrocute him in there, or just, like, kill him, basically?
No.
You didn't think so? I was afraid for our boy.
Because, like, especially the fact that if you know he works for Jason Bull, and if you harm him in any way, Jason Bull's coming for you.
He's coming for you. Well, who knows? Yeah. Well, thank God Chunk was not, injured. Our baby, we know.
He's so he has such a sweet soul, and you just really felt for him throughout this episode.
Oh yeah. He has some stuff he needs to work through though.
Like work with your stuff though, baby.
Don't be so gullible, okay?
That also, it's a life lesson for today. Don't be so gullible with cults.
Don't be so gullible. So let's jump back into the bull trying to figure out this whole this whole case, this whole investigation. So they recreated the murder scene, him and Danny, and they got all the same people back there doing the exact same thing, which is. Really, who actually is going to be like, yeah, let me go back to a scene where I saw someone get murdered, and let me do the same thing. In what world? Like,
I mean,
I'm a producer and I can barely get some people to do something for money, like let alone like go back to where someone was killed. Let's be real.
Well, one of the guys is an instructor there. He has to be there either way.
Okay, that's one person. Let's say everyone else.
The other two. I don't know. They could have got paid.
I love you're the yin to my yang. You're always trying to break my theories, and I love it because it makes me think. It's great. But anyway,
I don't know. Motivation wise, if that was the girl.
Well, would you go back to a murder scene where you saw someone get murdered and do the exact same thing just a few days later, a few weeks later? Come on, psychologically, to go back there, like everyone's saying yes to that. I don't know. I just found it unrealistic.
I've seen. Personal stuff just happen. So certain things I've had to go back to certain places,
but willingly.
In my hometown, there's kind of no choice. So
but anyway, for me, I thought it was unrealistic that everyone would willingly go back and play and smile.
If we're doing realistically,
and listen to the music.
The manager was pissed. Like the dude was upset. He had to turn on the same music.
He didn't look pissed. He was like, okay, yeah, I'm ready.
He was just like, because Danny was like, and he was like. Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, either way, so they recreated the murder scene and they found out what we were talking about, that it was a trigger.
You caught it that. So
Thank you. I get my
Nadine
moment.
Caught it.
I get my moment.
It was the vibration from the phone. It was a ring. It was her personal ring.
Yeah. So it was her personal ring.
For him.
Troy, yep. And they find out, ding, 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 literally. See what I did there? There's that dad joke for you. Her phone ringtone is the trigger. And so they take this into court and they go really, really hard on Rachel in there. And they make her call Troy's phone. And Troy and the defense was, or the prosecution was like, no way, like no. And she was like, no, I don't have to do this. And the judge was like, yeah, you don't have to, but I'm making you do it, basically.
Yeah, for the lawyer, you don't have to do it, but for me,
yeah,
now that you're on the oath, yes, you have to.
And so they planted it in, and all of a sudden that ringtone happened, and he started choking Bull. And I was like, oh my goodness. He was going to turn,
but I don't think he was going to go for Bull. Like, I think he might have gone actually for Thornton, but Bull touched him. So he just reacted.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah, who knows what's going to happen. So maybe Bull saved it, and maybe Bull knew that. Maybe Bull knew that he had to get him out of there to do that, which was crazy. But for me on the jury, though, I would have been like, that could have been planned. That's all of that could have been planned. If that is your main motive and to show that, that you could have talked with your client and been like, okay, as soon as that phone rings, we're going to prove insanity, so you're going to come and choke me. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just maybe the thing, devil's advocate. I see how it works.
The fact that she refused to call.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's a big thing. She refused to call. You're right. And all the other evidence. I don't know. I'm too in my head and too realistic. I need to go into one of those baths and just get out of it. Like, get it all out. But anyway, yeah, so that's how they win the case. He is obviously, he's not free, but he's innocent of murder because of insanity. So he's going to be going and getting a lot of mental help and hopefully this character, I'm acting like he's real, but hopefully he'll be okay. But Rachel
is in the Bull universe.
Yeah, and Rachel is, under investigation for murder and kidnapping and whatnot. And this was the first time we haven't seen, like, when they know who else it is. Like, last time we saw that they immediately arrested them.
Yeah, but technically that's going to take time, too, because there might be other victims as well.
So this is the first time that it's actually realistic, and I'm still hating on it. Whoa, what is going on?
I think it's funny because, like, it's kidnapping of the mind, which is, like, an interesting thing you can be charged with. Uh-huh. It's not a physical kidnapping. It's more of a mental kidnapping.
Yeah, it's not something tangible, but it's. I mean, look what it did. It's real. Hypnosis is real. You guys watching?
Yeah. You see now. You see me. You see Merrick. He can just hypnotize anybody.
Just anyone like that.
Well, except for like Daniel Atlas and Mark Ruffalo's character, they can't be hypnotized.
Can't be hypnotized. So yeah, maybe you're one of those people. We'll see. I don't know. When I'm done with you, I don't know. I'm out of it, guys. But finally, the last thing that we find, and we kind of talked about this in the beginning, is Benny finally tells Bull about everything happening with the district attorney and how they're investigating him. And Bull was just basically like, man, like, why didn't you come to me? And it was just, it was a great moment to see the bond that they're family and he's going to be there to protect, which we all knew. We all knew Bull was going to be there for him regardless.
What I found interesting was the fact that he got a call before the trial about the similar MO, but he did nothing.
Yeah, I mean, that's where the guilt comes from, is that he was like, he just played it off. He was like, no, I have my guy, and just focus. And, that probably happens a lot, and that's where the guilt comes from. And, it's hard. It's hard he didn't intentionally do anything wrong. He just thought he was right. And I think that's what Bull's was kind of telling him too. Like, it wasn't your fault, man. But our family's starting to get molded back together again. So let's talk about predictions while we talk about our family.
Yeah, Chunk called.
Yes.
Chunk called Bull just basically like the same call as Thornton, which is actually interesting, but at least Bull's way is more helpful.
Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah,
it's not for personal gain or anything.
Yeah.
Well, maybe besides personal gain, his enjoyment of defeating others, and he likes to help others too. So, let's get into some predictions, though. Okay. There it is. All right. So, we'll wait for it to go. So what do you think is, what is on your mind? We saw the preview. We have this beautiful woman coming and joining the team with us. Oh my gosh, I love Eliza.
So tell me, what do you think is coming up the next 3 episodes?
I like the fact that she's a fixer, which means her morals are like, what the fixer's supposed to be is like the morals are a totally different ballgame than what Bull plays by. So I actually kind of want to see like how she's going to interact with the tag team.
Yeah.
And because she can go a lot farther, and she won't care how far she goes for whoever her client is. Mm-hmm. So that fact, I want to see how that's gonna clash.
Let's see it. Yeah. You think any love's gonna happen? We saw a teaser of it.
All I know is Texas better come through and get that.
Texas, yeah. Texas, maybe. Who knows? Maybe Texas will come.
It was like you set it up like he doesn't want commitment. He flew home. He flew to Texas. He stayed at the house with her. Mm-hmm. You can't leave me hanging like that.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you need. It was unresolved for you, and you need answers, and you deserve closure, Chae. Okay.
What about you?
For me, I think kind of what I predicted last time is coming true, where they need to finish out this whole Benny saga of the Attorney General and stuff. So we're gonna see that come to an end in some way.
What if she's a fixer for that?
Possibly. Maybe she's a fixer for my life too. Who knows? Hopefully the girl's doing great things.
Please help us all.
So I think that obviously is going to get resolved the next 3 episodes. I can't believe it. 3 episodes left. It's been a long season, but it's still sad to think that just 3 more. But luckily we have a season 2 to look forward to. I'm very thankful for that.
We are.
And then I'm just excited for a new love interest. See what's going to happen with Bull. So with our boy, who knows? Yeah. So
I want to see kind of more Cable and West because they're just adorable.
Maybe Cable and West too. All right. Now we're just getting crazy. We want everything. We're getting jealous.
Well, that and I want Danny and the special agent guy to mend their fences. Uh-huh. And I just want to see them go out on a date.
Yeah, let's get all our romantic stuff out before Kevin comes back next week and just shoots us down.
Marissa gets a date. Maybe the hero god complex doctor comes back in her life.
And if you guys have any other suggestions on any romantic
please comment,
stuff,
we love it.
Please, and where can they tweet at you to let you know while they're waiting?
You guys can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram, and Fridays on 13 Reasons Why.
There you go.
Because it's amazing. We have 2 shows left, and the guest list is awesome, guys.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I binge watched that. You guys should check it out. Thank you guys so much. Yes. Yeah.
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't?
I'm following along with the show, which is super hard.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, that is hard not to binge watch. Well, check Chae out on Fridays, and you guys can follow me everywhere at Nadine DP and the number 3. Thank you so much for joining with us tonight. Thank you for joining in on our romantic conversation and all the craziness we brought to you. Remember to like us on iTunes and to give us 5-star rating and to follow us and tweet at us and let us know your thoughts this week.
We do love hearing your comments, guys. They're awesome.
They are amazing, and we will see you next time with Kevin joining us. Take care.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bull you later. Woo! We did it. Almost.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.